Dear Brady, Avery, and Sydney, I know the struggles, heartache, and anger you're going to have as you get older. You'll wonder why something so horrible happened to you and your family. It's okay to have those angry feelings. You're allowed to be upset because what happened isn't fair and isn't right. So I think it took me a while to understand what happened, and then all the emotions of pretty much this, almost the same story as what happened with our family too, and just kind of became very overwhelming. And my sister, my dad, and I had a lot of talks about it too, and because we know, my dad knows what he's gonna go through and how hard that is gonna be, and then my sister and I know what the kids are gonna grow up with, and all the different types of feelings at different types and points in their life they're gonna have. And it was more of we had a lot of conversation about it, and I think that's helped us with it, because it just brought back a lot of different memories and a lot of different feelings really quick. It's been 20 years since my mom passed, and I still have those feelings. But I want you to know that you'll get through it and become a stronger person than you ever thought you could be. I knew it was gonna be an emotional letter, but I think emotional for the family for sure. It's because it's so new and fresh, and I think it touched a lot of other people too. But I think for me, it wasn't emotional or hard to write that way, but it was almost therapeutic in a way. I think that's the best word to use. Is I had so many feelings about it that I didn't even know I had until I put it down on paper. And I was saying it probably took me 15 minutes to do it, because I didn't even know I had everything, all of that to say, and it just came out of me. And but I'm glad it's getting the response it is. I'm really glad Scott reached out to me when it was published, and that's where the emotions hit, was his response, and knowing that what I said helped and brought comfort and hope into their family again was really amazing, and almost hard to think that they didn't have that hope, because there is so many families that lose their parents, or kids that lose their parents, and we're fine, we can do it. It's hard at times, it really is, but I think now him seeing that we got to where we are and are so happy in our lives, that that helped a lot. With my mom passing away when I was just 2 years old, I don't have many memories of her, and I struggle with that. I'm jealous of the people in curling and across the country that got to know my mom, and I didn't. As I got older, I turned those jealous feelings into an opportunity to learn who my mom is. I think people always forget that I'm only 22 sometimes, especially because now that it's been 20 years with my mom gone, that means I was only 2 at the time. A lot of people tend to forget that, and honestly, I think I would have loved to hear something from someone who went through the same thing or had the same experiences, and to know that everything you're gonna feel is okay and not bad or hurtful, or the negativity is okay to feel. I think a lot of people try to say that you have to be happy all the time, and sometimes you're just not gonna be, and that's okay. Your mom may have been taken away from you, but her spirit, passion, and love live in others. Take every story someone tells you, every word they use to describe her, and get to know who she is. There will be days when it hurts more than others. Lean on each other for strength and comfort. Don't fear the sadness you feel. Talk about it and help each other get through those low moments. It's just sometimes you need comfort in your life, and I tend to look to her for that. But curling always, just because it's the same passion and love we had, is that something we share in curling. And there's just times in the game or different shots that I've played in my curling career that I was just like, yep, she was definitely there to help that one get there. And it's hard for me and personally, just because I don't have many memories of her, or I don't have the same mother-daughter connection that a lot of other relationships do, just because I was only 2. We didn't have the time to make that super deep bond. But I think playing the same sport she did and being around the people she played with, her team, or other people who've just influenced her in any other way, that's probably the best way I've built that really deep connection to her. There will be days where you wonder about the what ifs. The biggest what if you'll have is, what if she was here? Your mom, like mine, may not physically be here, but she is always with you. You'll feel her in everything you do. You can talk to her at any moment, and even though she may not be able to answer, you will feel what she is saying to you. Your mom, like mine, is a curler and will always be a curler. Curling is more than a sport for me, as it will be for you. Curling is a community and a support system that your mom has introduced you to. There is such a tight bond that curling community has created among all players. Curling rinks have become a safe place for me because people share the same love for the sport my mom did. When I was roughly 8 years old, my dad and my grandma decided it was time for me to join the Learn to Curl program. At the time, I had zero interest in trying to learn, but now I've been curling for 15 years. And I couldn't be more grateful for the sport, the people I've met, and the opportunities I've had. Curling has given me the opportunity to connect with my mom. When I'm on the ice, there are moments I can feel her with me, and they're the best feelings in the world. Even if you don't find yourself playing the sport, I want you to know that people in curling are here for you as I am. When you're feeling alone or like no one understands what you're going through, I want you to know that I do. When you need some extra support in your life, I want you to know that the curling family is waiting to hold you up. When you're upset that you didn't get to know your mom as well as others did, remember that she lives within you. Always remember that. One of your many supporters, Sarah.